Thank you for telling me about the silenced microphone thing. As I was saying, what the hell, chat? Come on, guys. The chat is already this full? I started up the pre-stream 6 minutes ago. Okay, so Deltarune tomorrow, Deltarune tomorrow, Deltarune tomorrow. I'm just gonna ignore any message that says Deltarune tomorrow because I love the memes, but they're here a lot. Banana, you just finished chapter 1 for the first time? You've been in my chat this whole time, and you only just finished chapter 1. Kris, you're gonna buy Deltarune the minute it releases? Me too. I'm not gonna stream it the minute it releases. I'm gonna stream it closer. I'm gonna stream it at 7, which is my normal stream time. But I am definitely going to buy it as soon as possible. Then live and learn, hanging on the edge of Deltarune tomorrow. I was not expecting a Sonic reference in my Deltarune tomorrow stream, but whatever. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, Deltarune is about 19 hours from now. Wait, hang on. Are you gonna buy it on the Switch and the PS5? Wait, Banana, is that what I'm saying? Are you gonna buy it on the Switch and the PS5? Why? Artemis, good to see you. I had the starting soon screen up for 6 minutes, and most of the chat messages were already here. So I'm going through and looking at all of them. Deltarune tomorrow, Deltarune tomorrow. Yes, you're gonna buy it because you... Yeah, I'm also only gonna buy it on Steam. I, frankly, am so fucking tired of my Switch. And then taking it off Steam. Because I don't like Steam. Fair enough. As long as Toby Fox gets the money from you buying it, I don't really care what you do with it afterwards. I don't mind piracy, as long as the original creator still gets paid. And in the case of indie games, the original creator would actually get paid. Yeah, Deltarune is however many hours from now. Yeah, about 14 hours, that sounds right. So, what next? Yeah, can't count. Undertale fans can't read, Deltarune fans can't count. You can invade Toby's house and say, I am Kris. Yep, I am Steve. Nana, what do you mean you got the game? You got the game right now? Like you already have it? I would never pirate Deltarune. Good, 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 good. I don't mind piracy, but don't steal from indie game creators. Don't steal from indie devs. Oh. It's all right now as in today. You already... the game... Hang on. No, it's not Deltarune today for you yet, is it? Yeah, give Toby Fox the money. If you're, like, big creator, like, big studios, who gives a shit? The original devs wouldn't see it anyway. Shadow, hello, welcome to stream. Good to see you, buddy. How's it going? Once I buy it on Steam, I'm redeleting Steam and keeping the exported files. Fair enough. And you're doing well, You're doing well, Shadow. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Glad to see how many people we already have in chat. So, we are going to dive right on in to Undertale Yellow. First screen phone, the webcam properties. Alright. Alright, chat. Then I can get the updates by downloading Steam again. Fair enough. I have a test tomorrow. Oof, banana. Big oof, big oof. Alright, so... And the game will release while I'm in school. Bigger oof. Scottster, good evening. Yeah, but who cares? Deltarune tomorrow. And, Scottster, hello. Hello, welcome to chat. Good evening. How's it going? Deltarune tomorrow. Skipping through this dialogue, I was planning to beat this fight yesterday, but then all of my main chatters had left by the time I was going to. So we, unfortunately, are starting the fight all over, and have to look through all the dialogue first. I'll be back in a sec. You started streaming while I was doing a run of Hades, and I have to focus on fighting a boss. No worries. I still can't believe that, like, come on, your daughter was still a child. I can finish my shit online so I can get Deltarune as soon as it's released and spend my time beating the first chapters again. Fair enough. Good, because Deltarune tomorrow. There's like 3 of my main streamers doing playthroughs and I'm in agony. Speed grave. Yeah. 3 of your main streamers do... Yeah. I mean, I'm streaming mine several hours after the game releases, so that I can catch the people in various different time zones. So... Deltarune is gonna be $25. Like, what's the exchange rate for you? What's the exchange rate for you, banana? Wait, you already mastered Spamted Neo? Awesome. And yeah, I'm streaming much later than when the game comes out for a bunch of reasons, but one of them definitely is I know there are a lot of people who would prioritize other streamers than watching me, but those other streamers are likely big enough that they're just gonna start the stream immediately. And Jevil is Jevil. He's very predictable. Damn. Isn't the Switch 2 like 500, 600 coinage? Okay. The Switch 2, at least in USD, is $450. The Switch 2 is $450 USD. I don't know what it is in various different other places. Down the corn chowder. Brazilian streamer will stream the Deltarune tomorrow at lunch. Damn it. Have fun watching that, I guess. I still haven't been able to beat Jevil because I play on Switch using joysticks. Ooh. 5 to 6 Brazilian monies is $1. Okay. I want to be on chapter 4 by the time you start your stream. My god, why would you speedrun it like that? I am going to take my sweet ass time playing through this game. I want to savor every minute of it. And King Fight is kind of easy. Yeah, the King Fight and all the main bosses are pretty easy. All the main encounters in Deltarune are pretty easy. Oh, damn it. All the main bosses in Deltarune are pretty easy. Giga Queen is not that. Giga Queen is quite easy. And that's why I disagree with the assertion that, like, oh, I'm struggling with this, how am I ever gonna beat Deltarune? How am I ever gonna beat Deltarune? How am I ever gonna beat Deltarune? Because Deltarune is way the hell easier than Undertale Yellow. How are you gonna beat the weird route? Lots of trial and error. Also, who knows how many weird routes they'll even have. My current prediction, thanks to the new stuff on the Spamton Sweepstakes page, is that Chapter 3 won't have a weird route at all. But also, like, even the weird route's really not that difficult. Reminder that Undyne was the hardest boss in Undertale at one time for me, and now I can beat her with one hand. I mean, I beat most Undertale bosses with one hand. I'm using both hands for this because of, in Undertale, you basically only need, aside from when there's the shooty mode, you only really need the arrow keys. Chapter 3's webpage is not applicable, but, which implies there may be a... It's not not applicable unless, it's not applicable but, which to me has always implied that it's... which to me implies that there's no weird route, which to me implies that there's no weird route, but either the weird route will have repercussions, or something like that. It implies to me that there will be no weird route, but there will be something else in its place. Just barely still up. Isn't weird route just nothing but violence in chapters other than 2? We don't know. We haven't seen chapters 3 and 4 yet. Chapter 1 doesn't have a weird route. That's fully the case. Chapter 1 doesn't have a weird route. Chapters 3 and 4, we have no idea what it'll be. And then in Chapter 2, it's spamming the hell out of Noelle's magic. In Chapter 2, it's using Noelle's magic. In Chapter 2, it's using Noelle's magic to break the rules of the game. Why won't I die? Trust me, I have many times. And yeah, in Chapter 2, the weird route is manipulating Noelle In Chapter 2, it's manipulating Noelle into using her magic to break the game. Which would make sense for Chapter 6 to cut off early. I'm not even gonna try to interpret that. As in, like, as in, you're saying, like, Chapter 7 might not have a weird route? That makes sense. I don't... Yeah, damn. I don't think we have enough evidence one way or another to confirm or deny whether or not how many chapters will have weird routes. I personally think that Chapter 3 won't. Like, you don't get the chance to have a happy ending. Eh. I'm just like, huh? How are you still up? And then he makes everything go red and tries so hard to kill us, but cannot kill us. Yes, okay, we're in the second phase. We are into the second phase. Yeah, God of Hyperdeath shit. Yes, got the shooty power. So it's come to this, my last resort. For Chujin. For Kanako. You killed Kanako. Yeah, seriously, the animation is such a flex, and I love it. This game is so fucking good. Listen to this, and look at this. Sorry, chat, I'll look at your messages when I finish this attack. Okay, now, most people are hype about Deltarune because of confirmed or denied theories, but I have a post-Chapter 3 crossover Deltarune AU and the dual narrative Deltarune AU that involves Deltarune, Clover, and Kris, and Clover and Kris. I think there was a whole secret fight just meant to flex animation skills. Wow. Okay. Scottster. Most people are hyped about Deltarune because of confirmed or denied theories. First of all, I think most people are just hype about Deltarune because we're really excited to have more stuff in this game that we love. It's not that deep. I know I don't really care about confirmed or denied theories. Like, that'd be cool. But I am really just excited for Deltarune for one simple reason. I really like Deltarune. And I'm really excited to get back to play more of it. Second, I have a post-Chapter 3 crossover Deltarune AU and the dual narrative... Yeah, I think that's an interesting theory, Kris. Yeah, Scottster, I've seen your message. I'm not super I can't fully follow what you're saying. I'm not gonna try to. Kris, I like to think that every soul type is gonna be present in Deltarune. I like that theory, but it means that we can. But it means that we can't have any super complex bosses using those mechanics. I would rather if the game just builds on them instead. Mother's love. Yeah, well, like, Scott, I understand why some people would be really interested in how the game is going to confirm or deny theories, but yeah, I'm really just passionate about it because I love this game, I love this narrative, I love this world, and I want to see it continue. I mean, Gaster teaching you the soul types would make him the role that Toriel didn't. As a tutorial NPC, I guess, but like, Toriel doesn't teach you soul types. Toriel just, like, roughly teaches you how the game is gonna go. Ralsei very much fills the Toriel archetype. I mean, so far in Undertale Deltarune, we've seen soul traits regarding normal red soul, kindness, integrity, perseverance, and justice, which leaves only patience and bravery, whose traits we have yet to see used. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I think that the game might build on the two other soul types, but personally, I honestly kind of hope it doesn't. Artemis, you're back. Welcome back. Kris, I imagine Gaster would just use the most basic attacks to teach you the bare fundamentals. Fair enough. Can't think of anything to say, Banana. That's fair, that's fair. I've seen a fan trait for patience, Delta Traveler, but nothing for bravery. What are those two colors? Because I do not remember the soul colors. I do not remember the souls by their traits. I just remember them by their colors. What do you like to wear tomorrow, honey? Solomon and Christina are paying a visit and bringing food, too. I'll help you up and we can all enjoy a picnic on the front porch. How's that sound? Zoroba. Yes? I don't. This is all so pitiful. Hey, don't say that. Scottster, I'll take a look at that after this cutscene, but thank you very much for that breakdown. We don't need to have anyone over. It could just be us. A picnic sounds lovely. I want you and Kanaka to have one, surrounded by your closest friends. What are you saying? Gosh, you know, I never was afraid of it all my life, but now that it's so close... No. Shut up. Stop it. Say it like it is or don't say anything. I can't do this. Not now. I'm sorry. There's something I must tell you. My work. We never talked about it much, did we? We didn't. When I built this house, I installed a basement. What? The entrance is under the Katatsu. Always has been. Therefore, I work towards a project. Something much bigger than myself. Bigger than all of us. I don't understand. I recorded a message for you. When I'm gone, I would like you to view it. Will you do that for me? I will. I promise you, I will. I haven't seen tears from you since we met at the crossing. I save them for the moments that matter. I'm glad, because this moment matters a lot to me. What? What was that? Were you in my head just now? You have no right! Okay. Patience is cyan, bravery is orange, kindness is green, integrity is blue, perseverance is purple, and justice is yellow. Yeah. Yellow justice because of this game, and red and red theorized determination are the only soul colors I can generally remember. But, Scottster, thank you for that breakdown. Kris, you were gonna buy Deltarune on Switch, but realized it would likely lag. Yeah, no, I don't use my Switch anymore. I sometimes play Mario Kart on it because that's a fun party game. Other than that, I do not use my Switch anymore because it's so bad. My Switch overheats after like half an hour. I hate it. I hate it so much. Yes, the soul colors are from the ball game. That's where we get the implied connections. Patience is the cyan soul. Bravery is orange. I know I've seen fan-made mechanics for both of those in a fan-made Gaster fight, but I could not tell you where from. Bravery would probably be dashing. Makes sense considering bravery's Yeah, that makes sense. And then patience, I guess, would be like slow down, take less damage? Or slow down, carefully time things? Or just like bullet time, slow everything down, something like that? I guess? I'm not really sure. Patience is kinda on the Switch version. It is? Is that in the Mad Mew Mew fight? But patience and bravery are... Yeah, patience and bravery are represented by... Yeah, seriously, this boss track just... The music in this game goes so fucking hard. It's insane. I love it. Oh, damn it. Yeah, but patience and bravery are the blue and orange attacks. Patience could be a small window where attacks can move past and don't hurt you, but you can't move. Oh, that could be cool. Like, kind of like an inverted version of the dash mechanic in this game. I love so much that one of the act mechanics you can get from this game, you can get from this fight, yeah, it would be equally as risky, indeed. Metal Wolf, you missed the start. Yeah, you did, but no worries. Not a ton has happened. We've kind of just been excited about Deltarune tomorrow. But good to have you here. How's it going? Deltarune tomorrow, Deltarune tomorrow, Deltarune tomorrow. Deltarune tomorrow, Deltarune tomorrow, Deltarune tomorrow. You know it, Deltarune tomorrow. I got addicted to a game called Undercards. It's like Magic the Gathering. Oh, that's sick. I'm putting that on the list. I don't know if I'll stream it, but I gotta check that out. I'm a huge TCG fan. Undercards. It's also a webpage. Cool. Do you like the fights better in Undertale Yellow? I mean, it's not even a contest. Undertale Yellow just takes all the mechanics of Undertale and just elevates them. From... Undertale... Yeah, I gotta check that one out. It really does sound sick. But, yeah, to answer your question, Artemis, Undertale Yellow just uses the same ideas as Undertale. Yeah, just takes the ideas of Undertale and just elevates them to such an intense degree. I love it. Our little girl, Kanako, she needs to live a happy life, unaffected by my endeavors. That is my final wish. Kanako? What are you doing down here? Is it true? What? Am I different? Kanako, Daddy said he would have lived a long time if I wasn't here. He would still be. Oh no! Father loved you, and he didn't want to put you in any danger. You heard him? His dream. All these books and papers. You would have been trying to finish it, haven't you? Seriously, Kanako is so cute. With my limited abilities, yes, but it doesn't involve you. I've been looking into ways to create the serum without a boss monster. I'll figure it out. I have to. But I found this in the trash. You figured it out last week. Using the leftover extract from the human soul, I believe I have removed any corruption it held. Negating the need for someone pure of heart. Yes. So you did it. Daddy's wish could come true, right? We could make him smile, make him proud of us. But he didn't want you to be part of this, and I agree. Let me do it. I want to make things right, be useful for once, and I trust you to keep me safe. I do believe that the refined method would work. Soroba, no. Soroba, no. Soroba, no. Please. You promised you would make his dream come true. I did. Yeah, why did Soroba do this, indeed? Misguided sense of justice. Misguided sense of morality. Very well, but I'll make it quick. I'll ensure your safety throughout the procedure, alright? Mm-hmm. We'll be the heroes of the underground. All thanks to you and... He explicitly told you not to use Kanako. You... At bare minimum, you couldn't have waited until she was grown up? Though she was a grown up? Just, like, let her become an adult and then let her make her own damn decision? Because it is a... She's, what, 8 right now, if that? It's a big difference between having an 8-year-old decide that and, like, a 28-year-old. Yeah, oh my gosh, this story. Heroes, huh? That had a nice ring to it. Okay, wait here. You will need to stand very still for this. Close your eyes, and I will begin the fusion extraction. Since she had nobody to fuse with, she was just a lone amalgam. Yeah, quite possibly. May feel a pinch or two, but it'll be all over before you know it. Understood? Understood. Stop. You truly believe in this, don't you? She's 8. She believes in whatever you believe. You're her mother. And Chujin was her father. That's how children at that age work. Yeah. Seriously. Love you lots. Love you more. It seems to have worked, and then we hear the damage sound. No, 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 no! Why didn't it work? Kanako, wake up! Wake up right now! Mommy's here, come on! Hey! What? What have I done? You screwed up. So you know the truth now. Are you satisfied? Do you find joy in making me relive my darkest moments? I never claimed to be a saint. I'm drowning in a sea of mistakes like anyone else, but instead of sinking, I'm chasing the one ray of sunlight peeking through the surface. I tried letting go, moving on, but I guess deep down, I'm too stubborn to live like that. This is my fate. This is how it must be. A little bit of Western, and then... Hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams. Okay, breaking news. Clueless mother injects her daughter with the soldiers of a child guilty of manslaughter. Or something. Said child dies immediately. Seriously. Yeah, why did you even consider this? For real, Saroba, why? Why? That was literally entirely her fault. She did the one thing Chujin told her not to do. And she killed her fucking child because of it. She does not deserve to have the hopes and dreams motif. Honestly, that's fair. I refuse to back down. Damn it. Why do I know what you're referencing? I'm assuming that that's an Amazing World of Gumball reference. I have never watched an episode of Amazing World of Gumball in my life. I'm inclined to agree, honestly, that she doesn't deserve this leitmotif, but it is so fucking cool that I'm willing to let that slide. Let's search up Gumball baby picture meme. Not right now. I'm doing shit right now. I've seen an AU where Soroba decides to use that serum on herself, and she immediately dies. So instead of Soroba being the sole survivor of her family, Kanako is. Honestly, I think that's sadder. I get it, she's hopeful, but come on, you could have just not given her the first melody of it. I hear you. I think the reason that she got that motif was literally just because this is the final boss, and they knew it would make us lose our damn minds. Which, in fairness, it did. Honestly, Scottster, that version is arguably even a little more interesting. Yeah, I'm with Artemis on this. I get it, but I also really don't mind because this motif is so fucking cool. I love the hopes and dreams motif so much that I'm willing to just let it slide that she really didn't deserve it. The Undertale soundtrack used to be like 80% of the music I listened to when I was 9. Also, let's be real, the hopes and dreams motif is... It's not Asriel's motif. It does not appear in his theme or in memory, which means that it is not Asriel's motif. It is the final boss motif. It is the "we're fucking in it, gang" motif. It is the last hope against an incredibly powerful force motif. And that is where it's used in the Asriel Dreamer fight, and that is where it's being used here. So, how I'm thinking of it is frankly, she isn't getting that motif. Clover is. She is not getting the hopes and dreams motif. Clover is getting the hopes and dreams motif as they face seemingly insurmountable odds. I hate how solid that argument is. Look, the point stands. Asriel's motif is the one that we hear in memory, and in the song literally titled, His Theme. So Hopes and Dreams is the final boss motif. It is Frisk's theme as they face the ultimate god of hype, as they face the god of the absolute god of hyperdeath, as they face the god of hyperdeath, Asriel Dreamer, and it is Clover's theme as they face the seemingly insurmountable nine-tailed fox, Soroba. I only got into Undertale Deltarune a few years ago and it's had a chokehold on me since. Just like when I got into Friday Night Funkin', there's no escaping no matter how much I try. Yeah, but they're both cool games, so whatever. Megalovania is a... Yes, exactly. Megalovania is not Sans' theme. Sans has a theme. It's literally called Sans. Megalovania is the theme that occurs when what's his face in the Halloween hack does something terrible. It is the theme that occurs when Vriska does nothing wrong. I know nothing about Homestuck except Toby Fox worked on it and Vriska did nothing wrong. It's the theme when Vriska supposedly does nothing wrong. And it is the theme for when Frisk, under the player's control, has yeah, song that might play when you fight Sans is the Sans battle theme. Yeah, Megalovania is the someone fucked up big time theme. Yeah, Megalovania, song that might play when you commit mass murder. Indeed, indeed. A desperate chaos. Yeah, look at that. It's not the flavor text a lot of the time isn't even about Soroba. It's about the desperate chaos that unfolds around you. Holy shit, this is the furthest I've ever gotten in the fight. This is the furthest I have ever gotten in the fight. Don't give up now, Clover. Hold on to your hopes and dreams. We got this! Yes! I think we did it. Chat. I think we did it! I think we did it! Let's go. My love, my child, all gone. Why wouldn't you just... Yeah, thank you. Yeah, for as much as she doesn't deserve anything after what she's done, she needs a hug and therapy. I swore I had the key, saving monster kind from their demise, carrying on his legacy. Yes, Megalovania was initially written for Toby Fox's Earthbound Halloween hack, then it was repurposed for Homestuck, and then it was reused for Undertale. That's what we were talking about when we said that it's the you fucked up theme. It's the something horrible theme. It's the song that might play when you commit mass murder. Carrying on his legacy. It was worth the risk to me. But now my life is over. For nothing. For no one. I have done unforgivable things. Yes, yes you have. I let my husband work himself to death. I put my precious little girl through hell. And... oh god. Star. Martlet. Yeah, fight was so cool. Thank you very much, Artemis. All for a chance to make a difference. A chance? I don't think I can bear this weight any longer. You won this battle. Do what needs to be done. I think Star and Martlet are both still alive, but they were but they're not okay. You think after all that work on the pacifist run, I'm not gonna spare her, Scott? I'm an Undertale fan. What are you waiting for? Please, give me this. No. Why are you like this? Always taking the high road. Aren't you angry? Aren't you just? Angry, sure. But justice is not about is not about taking out the person who did wrong. At least not always. I mean, you can do a flawed pacifist. Yeah, but that's not what I'm going for here. Aren't you angry? Do you just pull the trigger already? Pull it. Why? Zoroba. Sparing her is the best thing. Yeah, even though she did terrible things. Yeah, we will not take your life. We will take you to a therapist, damn it. Even though she did terrible things, sparing her is still the best thing. Now, there are some people, I'm not gonna say who, in the interest of not getting this video blocked, but there are some people for whom that might not be the best move. There are some people for whom, uh, for whom taking the for whom taking a life might actually be the best way to handle it. To go with a fictional example, the Joker. The Joker does deserve to die. Quite simply. She is not the Joker. She is 100% not the Joker. You beat me up pretty badly, huh? As a star, I don't sweat it too much. I reckon I deserved it for the Wild East fiasco. Heck of a hit, though. Yeah, she wants to be nice. I didn't know you had that in you. I'm... I'm so sorry. Where, where am I? Clover! We gotta get out of here! No, it's finished. Clover. Clover won. Y'all had a fight? And the deputy won? My lessons worked. Your lessons didn't do shit. Also, Clover won after dozens of failed attempts. The bluebird that I refuse to learn their name. Come on, Banana. Yeah, I'm honestly also a little surprised Martlet didn't just fall off. Wait, how much did I miss? I don't know what to do. Apologize, make excuses, nothing would change reality. Yeah, of course Starla thinks that, though. I've dug a hole far too deep to climb out of. And from nothing. Hey. Where was I a few hours ago? In this same situation. My judgment was clouded, and I screwed up. But you forgave me. The four others did as well. We've both made poor choices. No sugarcoating that. But there is hope. At least, I believe there is. I can't begin to grasp what you've gone through. But this was an absolutely horrible way of dealing with. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Martlet's right. You can't change what has happened. You're right. But you can control how you live from now on. Your actions will mean everything. But, Chujin, his legacy, his wish, it will never be fulfilled. Chujin might not have been the perfect monster I thought he was. Yeah, Martlet playing therapist for real. But even his darkest secrets came from a caring place. And that right there is his legacy. It isn't found in the serum to save the world. Everyone he helped, everything he crafted, that's what matters. Mindless rat. He made life down here bearable for so many. And for that, he has my respect. I never thought about it like that. What the hell was I thinking? I was so tunnel visioned, so lost. We can work through this. We're here for you. Now, you should take some time to heal, recoup. But Kanaka's well-being is still a valid concern. I have connections to the royal scientists, so I'll begin an investigation. Try my best to help. I don't know what to say. Thank you, Bartlett. Clover, I owe an apology to you, most of all. Our time in the Steamworks and what I said, it wasn't fake. It did allow me to briefly forget my troubles and have fun. My reasoning for being there. I can't begin to... Why? I mean... Thank you. I'm gonna cry. Oh, Clover. Can't believe it's come to this, but... Clover, I think your journey is at its end. Asgore and the barrier await us. No! Already? Sad as it is, Clover needs to go home. That won't work. What? Sure, we know Clover for who they are, but Asgore? He won't see Clover as we do. He doesn't care to learn. But this is a unique situation. The king has always been kind and understanding. Yeah, Clover wouldn't hurt anyone. You think that's ever mattered in the past? The truth stings, but it is what it is. So, what? Should I take Clover back to Snowdon? Hide out for the rest of our lives? Yeah, why couldn't Clover stay with us? I mean, it's plausible, but won't the Royal Guard be on the hunt? After so many encounters, Clover just disappears? It wouldn't be the first time. Oh, yeah! They would probably think the same thing happened again. But what about the others? You know, the next humans. Clover gets to live happily, but they have to die? Oh. We don't know their hearts. Maybe they... What? Deserve it? Have you learned anything? I'm just weighing our options. We're backed into a corner here, alright? Hey, calm down, guys. You know, I really thought tonight's fiasco was enough. We all talked it through and things were going well. Clover? Clover, what's going on? You probably want to go home, don't you? Humanity already won by trapping us down here, yet they keep twisting the knife. This cannot continue any longer. You must have places to go, correct? The castle, the barrier. I did everything in my power to entertain, so monsters wouldn't have to worry about being stuck down here. Anyway, we'll bypass the Royal Guard and plead your case to Asgore. Remember your real mission, Clover. Asgore only needs 2 more souls to shatter the barrier. What a world it would be if I had 2 whole friends. Most might act cheerful, but life down here, it's hopeless. The 5 children you set out to find in the first place. Despite its ups and downs, a little adventure was a blast. Asgore's still out there threatening human lives. I must thank you for opening my eyes. Keep your head in the game. Turns out you're a pretty damn good leader, Clover. Come on, Clover. You are a kind soul, one of the best I've met. Clover! Clover! Clover, what are you doing? Hey, Clover? What's going on? You're scaring us here. Oh, God. Only one option, because Clover ain't no blank slate. What does that mean? It's time to go. Oh dear God. No! No, 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 no! We'll think of a plan! We have options! Yeah, don't do something you'll regret. If it's snowed and you don't like, you can live with me. My house has the space, and the posse loves you. Please, you gotta listen to us, Clover. You deserve better. You're serious. There's more than one way to serve justice. I understand. Zoroba, this whole time, what have we been doing? Dragging Clover around, pulling at a leash? Selfish. Clover came here by their own volition. They deserve to leave by it, too. But you don't want this outcome, right? Surely. If there was another way. But let's face it, there isn't. This isn't giving up. Kris, this is not giving up. I believe Clover realized that a long time ago. I don't know what to say. As much as I want to stop you, I see it in your eyes. This is about our freedom, isn't it? Clover, you are the bravest, most selfless human I've met. Of course, I've only met one. But if I ever meet another, I hope they're just like you. I'd promote you to sheriff, because Lord knows you've earned it. But you aren't sheriff material. You're much more. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, they are giving up their soul, I suppose. Yeah, they are giving it up. Sorry, I missed the pronoun. They're giving it up just like that. But they're sure as hell not giving up. I already made my feelings known in Hotland. So... This means more to us than you know. To everyone. There's more than one way to serve justice. Well, I understand if you two don't want to be here for, you know. Do you have what you need? I do. Guess the sun's getting low. I'll see you around, partner. You got a receipt for that? Thanks, kid. Goodbye, Clover. You've changed my life, truly. That's why they only have, and that's why Frisk can only get the toy and the tattered hat. How will I know you're a human now, huh? This means a lot. I'm sorry the world is like this. People like you make it better. Thank you. Well, I'll be all sad. I cry every time I see the Undertale True Pacifist ending. It's fine, Kris. You've earned my respect. I mean it. Why? Why did she have that on her? Fair enough. Ah, yeah, that makes sense, Kris. Okay. Do you want me to stay? Go on. I'll be okay. Very well. This won't be forgotten. Goodbye, Clover. So, this is it? All that work just to become another cog in the machine? Shut up, Flowey. Heh, you've grown so pretty. I could undo all of this right now, but maybe you've earned your rest. After all, there's always another. Yeah, can't say it's been fun, so suppose this is where we part ways. Oh, who am I kidding? Until we meet again, friend. Seriously, flexing with the animations. This this game is fucking pee. And we know, eventually, it'll be worth it. It's a beautiful day outside. Birds are singing, flowers are blooming. On days like this, kids like you are finally at peace. Yeah, you want to play the game yourself, Artemis? Do it! It's free on Game Jolt. Just do it. It's so good. Fantastic. Absolutely. Banana. Absolutely fantastic. Delve! Delve! Yes! Shame Delve didn't reappear at the end. I kept expecting he would. I don't know about that. Undertale conveys the exact emotion that it's trying to, and absolutely fucking breaks me every damn time. Definite bias. Yeah, fair enough. Hmm. I've been thinking about that day. A lot. Time's a funny thing, you know? I guess in the big picture of my life, you were only a blip. But oftentimes, those blips make the biggest impacts. The king offered me a promotion, a guard post, a new home. but after experiencing the worst the job had to offer, I declined. Not only that, I put in my 2 weeks. I felt that there are much better causes to pour myself into. Anyways, sorry that I'm putting you on one of my rafts again. Might not be the most appropriate send-off after the last ride, but it's the best tribute I could think of. It's nice. It is. Thanks for doing this. Felt good to craft something with meaning again. You got your gift? Yeah, here you go. Oh, I almost forgot. There's someone I invited who was a friend of Clover's. Friend? Hello? Is this the right place? Yes, Delve! Hello. Howdy. Sorry if I'm intruding. My name is Delve, and I was living in the ruins when Clover first entered the underground. So you were the first to meet him? One of the first, I suppose. Anyway, when we met, I acted foolish and attacked Clover. I think we all did at one point. I promise it didn't last long, though. And I held back a little. Where was I going with this? Clover helped you out of your situation. Yes. Delve. Delve. Love Delve so much. Wish we'd gotten more Delve action. All in all, Clover was very kind to me. That checks out. It's nice to meet you, Delve. Thanks for coming. Of course. Well, no more stalling. Everyone ready? I believe so. Oh, wait a second. I want to place one more thing. Safety glasses? I want Clover to stay safe on the journey. Can't forget 'em, right? No, you can't. There you go. Goodbye, friend. Thanks for all you've done. See you around, kid. Take care, Clover. Yeah, really must have. Oh my god, this game is fucking pee. Okay, so I actually on the verge of crying right now. Same. Alright. Shut up, Kris. Alright, yeah, gonna go back through chat because I missed a lot of these because I was paying attention to the story. Uh, uh, why wouldn't, uh, why wouldn't she have the jar on her? I don't know, I just wasn't expecting it. You know, like, I assumed her plan was just to kill Clover. I didn't realize how much there was to it. Um, so I just wasn't expecting her to have that. Banana, you have no emotions right now? You feel absolutely nothing? Huh. Weird. Yeah. Seriously, Clover is a child. That takes some fucking guts. And yes, That's that's sweet. They fell in the exact flower bed where Frisk fell. Somebody calls for help. You answer the call. Hmm. Yeah, I guess they did. I guess they did. What a great fucking frame to end on. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Uh Clover has some fucking guts. Clover is a child and still did that at the end there. Damn. Farewell, Clover. You were indeed a true hero. Ending music is indeed absolutely peak. Yeah, everything about this game is fantastic. Uh, Undertale Yellow Track makes you feel more emotion than Undertale. I think that's just personal preference. I disagree, but like, whatever. Yeah, I've seen I've seen comments on the OST uploads about Asgore hearing about Clover's sacrifice and that being his breaking point, which is why he does. Yeah, I really like that theory because we all know that he didn't want to fight Frisk. So Scott, I really like that theory. Kris, you feel like these characters are more fleshed out? I can hear the argument. I can. Hang on. I'm just gonna go to just chatting. Alright. Sorry. Trying to get my chat popped out properly. Yeah. Alright. So, yeah, you feel like these characters are more fleshed out, Kris? I don't agree, but I see where you're coming from. Like, honestly, my biggest issue with this game is probably just Dalv, the lack of Dalv. I think that Dalv should have had and should have appeared at the end like what Toriel had at the end of Undertale. Can't believe Clover couldn't survive without their soul like you. Kris, we've seen how poorly you can survive without a soul. You probably couldn't survive very long without one. We just have only seen you ever do it for a few minutes at a time. Yeah. Seriously, Scott, I'm with you. Why did Delph not get enough screen time? Yeah, it must have been so hard to line up that animation. Yeah, must have been so hard to line up the animation. This game really is peak. I will not cry over the pixel child. I will not cry over the pixel child. Cry over the pixel child, damn. You can you can cry over the you can cry over the pixel child. It's fine. Flowey gets his ass kicked by Clover once again. Yeah, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. And yeah, that finale, that final shot really was fucking beautiful. Man, this game is peak. This game was absolutely fucking peak. Justin. Justice. Banana. Justice. Yeah, the people who made this game... The people who made this game are... People who made this game are fucking incredible. I'm gonna jump back into the game for just a second, because I want to see if there's a Flowey moment at the end, like there was in Undertale. After that, I think we're probably done for the night. I don't really have it in me to play anything else at this point. Well, here we are again. Of course. Sigh. There's gotta be some way to get what I need. Clover's competent enough. Clover's competent enough. But still, nothing ever works out when it comes to them. I could reset and try my luck again. Or I could accept this outcome and wait. The king is only one soul away now. It might be a good idea to piggyback off the next human instead. But who knows how long that will take? And even worse, if the next human would have the will to do what Clover couldn't. Decisions. Let me think. Oh, so this is how we decide if we're gonna reset and do Geno. Interesting. I like it. Yeah, that was all I wanted to see. That was the only reason I opened the game back up. So now we're going back. Oh, come on. Okay, so, chat, sorry about that. The reason the camera was... Yeah, you missed all of that. I noticed. Let's see, if I open the game back up now, is that gonna... It is, okay. This time, I'm not even gonna bother with the cam. Okay, chat. I'm waiting until my display catches up. Y'all can... Okay, now y'all can see the screen. Now, I'm gonna unfreeze the webcam. Okay. Well, here we are again. Of course. Some way. There's just gotta be some way to get what I need. Clover's competent enough, but still, nothing ever works out when it comes to them. I could reset and try my luck again. Or I could accept this outcome and wait. The king is only one soul away now. It might be a good idea to piggyback off the next human instead. But who knows how long that will take, and even worse, if the next human would have the will to do what Clover couldn't. Decisions. Let me think. Alright, chat, y'all saw that speech this time? Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, you saw Flowey speak. Awesome. Yeah, okay, now... Yeah, I hope the people who made this game are proud. This was easily the best Undertale fan game I've ever seen. Man, this was better than a lot of AAA games I've seen. The devs of this game have gotta be so proud. At least I really hope they are. And all of that for a free fan game. And I still haven't even done Geno. I might keep each version of Deltarune on my SD card. Might not be a bad decision, I guess. You wish Flowey had a better sprite, like small improvements? I honestly don't. I really like that final speech looked exactly like Flowey's speech at the end of a pacifist run. And yeah, that was so fucking good. For real. And Artemis, to answer your question, am I eventually gonna do a Geno run? Probably not. If you do Undertale Yellow No Mercy, the final boss is Hell on Earth, so prepare yourself. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I am sure. But yeah, no, I'm not planning to do Geno. Like, maybe eventually, but like, that ending was so fucking perfect. I don't want to give that up. That ending was so good. I don't want to change how I feel about this game. I don't want to potentially corrupt my save file. Yeah, and yeah, I got Deltarune tomorrow, so yeah, sure as hell not gonna do it eventually. I might, like, maybe after I finish Deltarune and Secret of the Mimic, I might go back and do it, but honestly, like, I currently have my Undertale Deltarune fan games folder open. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 Undertale fan games in here. Yeah, I can't believe you said that either, Kris, to be honest. You just said Deltarune tomorrow. Not as a joke, not excitedly, just you also have Deltarune tomorrow. You also have Deltarune tomorrow. Yeah. But yeah, like, there are so many other Undertale fan games, so many other Deltarune fan games. There's Deltarune tomorrow. There's Deltarune tomorrow. Deltarune tomorrow. Deltarune tomorrow. Deltarune tomorrow. Deltarune tomorrow. Deltarune tomorrow. The hype is fleeting as it becomes a reality. Deltarune is tomorrow. Hey, chat, I'm gonna end stream pretty soon, but just take this with you, okay? And by this, I just mean everything going on right now. I mean, like everything going on in this stream right now, because there's a lot of shit going on. Wait a few minutes. Oh, because it's almost gonna be Deltarune today for you. Yeah, fair game, fair game. So, just remember everything that happened in this stream. Yeah, Deltarune is about 12 hours from now, indeed. Yeah, just chat. Take this with you. Take that incredible ending with you. Take this hype with you, because starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, we will never again live in a world without Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4, which means that we will never again live in a world with the hype for Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4. And now, yeah, more importantly, get your sleep, because Deltarune is very soon. That said, as I've said many times, will not be streaming it when it comes out. I'm going to download the game when it comes out, open it, check to make sure that my stream is working correctly, and then I am gonna go right back to, but then I'm gonna close the game out, and I'm not gonna open it back up until 7 p.m. when it's time for me to start streaming. I'm gonna stream at my normal time tomorrow. Predictions. Predictions for Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4. Man, that's a good question. Hang on, I'm changing music. Let's get some Delta. Let's get some Deltarune lo-fi in here. Alright, there we go. Alright. Now, I'm gonna be waking up early tomorrow because my grandpa's taking me to the local coffee house. You seem excited, so, have fun with that. Chat, spend time with your grandparents. They're only gonna spend time with your grandparents and spend time with your parents. They're only gonna be here for so long. So just enjoy. Assuming you have a pretty good, assuming you have a decent relationship with them, spend time with them. You'll thank yourself in the future. But yeah, so that said, have fun at the coffee house. Feel free to head out whenever you need to. Okay. Undyne in the Dark World, shaking my head, what? I'm guessing is what you mean by that? Shaking my head, what? Yeah, I'm not really expecting. I think Undyne in the Dark World is pretty likely. Yeah, I think Undyne somehow. Undyne in the Dark World somehow. That makes more sense. Alright, Kris, you're gonna play Deltarune, and by 7 p.m. you should be around the end of Chapter 4 for the second run. Okay, for the love of mercy, no spoilers. You know what? Screw it. I'm writing up a community post right now. I know a lot of the people who are going to be in my chat tomorrow are here right now, but not everyone. So I'm going to write a community post right now in real time. Rules for tomorrow's stream. Spoilers or backseating. If you spoil something, just info that has not happened yet on stream, then you will be given a 2-strike system. First spoiler. 15-minute timeout. Second spoiler ban. Yeah, so, yeah. I wonder how many minutes it's gonna... I wonder how many minutes it's gonna take for Chapter 4 Weird Route Guide. Yeah, probably not too many, to be honest. Yeah. You are the Deltarune, Kris. I have never spoiled it. Subtle foreshadowing is fine. I love, like, just casual... No. Deltarune comes out at the same time for everyone. It's midnight, June 5th, Japan time, which is... and everything else is adapted according to that. So, Artemis, no one has Deltarune yet, and everyone will get it at the same time. And, yeah, Banana, subtle foreshadowing is fine, just don't explicitly say it. What I'm gonna keep going back to is Gundam, a couple streams ago, when I was getting ready to kill, Starlo on my neutral run, and then Gundam just said, if you kill him, you'll regret it. And then I was like, yeah, I'm sure, but I'm probably gonna do it anyway. And then he said, if you kill him, his boss will come back in the final boss. And I'm like, come on, man, I did not need to know that. Watch out for that. Like, yeah, like, stuff like Gundam saying, don't trust the yellow flower, that's fine. Watch, Banana. Guess what? 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 Deltarune today. Yes, it is for you. If Deltarune is not peak, I'm gonna complain. Oh, let's be real. Deltarune's gonna be fucking peak. And, yeah, well, like, watch out for some things, that's totally fair. Honestly, if y'all want to point me in the direction of the secret bosses, or the egg room, that's genuinely fair game. Because those are things that I would not know about. Those are things I'd often have a really hard time figuring out on my own. So if y'all want to point me in that direction, that's fair. Just don't say it, just don't go over it much. Deltarune tomorrow for me, but Deltarune today for you. Yeah, hint me in a direction if I'm confused on secret bosses. Exactly. Hints in, slight hints in the right direction, that's one thing. Just don't tell me something that's gonna happen. And also, no backseating. Don't tell me what to do if I haven't asked for it. So, like, me pointing you towards... Yes, exactly, Scottster. You pointing me to the secret tape so that I can see that? That was great. Thank... Funtime gets into Dark World, can I say smells like sushi? Sure. But, yeah, like... If I'm in a room and you say I'm about to leave it and there's some small thing, feel free, genuinely, to point me toward a small thing. Don't tell me what it is, but just tell me, hey, you might want to check out that one little part. There's something else you haven't gotten here. I'm only going to talk about my Chapter 3 secret boss theory when we get to that boss. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so, like, stuff that is allowed on the stream. Casually pointing me in the direction of... Oh, imagine if the secret boss is a cowboy? Yeah, Woody theory. Imagine. But, yeah, so... And his attacks get inside you. Friend inside me. But... Yeah, so... If any... Yeah, genuinely. If any Deltarune theories are confirmed, imagine. Alright. Shit. I bumped the straw of my water bottle into my teeth, which normally wouldn't be a problem, except that I got back from sparring sparring a couple hours ago, and I got hit in the head very hard a few times, so my teeth already kinda hurt, so yikes. Deltarune tomorrow, but Deltarune today in 57 minutes. Indeed. You know what? I might just stay up all the way. I might just stay on a just chatting stream all the way until Deltarune today. I might. Yeah, so... Rules for tomorrow's stream, since we're still on that. So, what is allowed? Feel free to, like, just subtly tell me, like, hey, you might want to check something out, or even feel free to say, you might not want to trust that NPC, or, no, that's a bit much, but just feel free to, like, subtly foreshadow things, but err on the side of caution. I would much rather if you, I would much rather, can we replay Deltarune Chapter 1 if you're doing an all-nighter? I am not doing an all-nighter. I might stay up for the next hour or so. I just meant I might stay up until it's Deltarune today. Yeah, exactly, a midnighter. I mean, I'm gonna be staying up for a while, but I'm only gonna stream so long. Although, who knows? I might end up streaming for a while, but not currently planning to. But yeah, so tomorrow's stream, it's fair game to subtly foreshadow things. It's fair game to Deltarune has been a demo for longer. Really? That's wild. Yeah, so I'm just gonna write this community post. Also, since you finished Undertale Yellow, I recommend an Undertale mod soon. It's called Undertale. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. For Silk Song, honestly, I'll believe it when I say it. But yeah, Undertale Red and Yellow. I think you sent me something about that a while ago, so I have heard of that. Yeah. So. Yeah, Silk Song has to come out eventually, yes, but in terms of it happening this year, I'll believe it when I see it. I will believe it when I see it. Because they've been saying release dates that didn't end up happening for a while. Yes, Nintendo said 2025. But they've been saying release dates for a while. If Nintendo says it might well. It also might well not. What constitutes a sport? That's fair. That's fair. Describing the boss/secret boss. Deltarune, Red Knight Funkin', and Silk Song. Fans waiting for their game to fully release. They're doing other crazy stuff in the process. Yeah. Directly telling me events that will happen, describing the boss/secret boss. Telling me fight. Yeah, they gave us the Nintendo gave us the Deltarune release date, but they gave us a specific release date. Silk Song, if I recall correctly, just gave us a release window, which is not the same thing. Oh, fun fact about that Direct. So, I did not watch the Switch 2 Direct, because I knew damn well I was not going to get the Switch 2 for several years at least, if I ever get it, so I just didn't watch the Direct. It happened during the school day. One of my friends watched it during a free period he had, and then told me about it at lunch. And he told me about it and said, most interestingly for you, there's Undertale and Deltarune news. There's Deltarune news. And I was like, huh? But he said, it's not too much, right? There wasn't a ton going on. It was just kind of some new footage. He neglected to tell me that it had the release date. I just about lost my damn mind. Yeah, not ouch. It was hilarious. As soon as I got it, I texted him. As soon as it happened, as soon as I saw the footage, as soon as I saw the trailer, I texted him, a release date, and you called that not much? Out here feeling like rules card mid-puzzle? Oof. And Artemis, you're not getting the Switch 2? Yeah, that's fair. It's surprisingly expensive. Doesn't seem worth it to me, honestly. I have a PC. And Nintendo hasn't put out an exclusive I was really passionate about in quite some time. I got 99 bucks to my name. That's enough to buy Deltarune tomorrow, so... There's something suggesting to me. Okay, what is not allowed, directly telling me events that will happen. What is allowed, subtly suggesting I go a specific path, subtly foreshadowing. Keyword is subtle. Deltarune, just a day away. Insane. Insane. Down. Yeah, less than a day. Yeah. Yeah, seriously. We are raving about this game that has been idle for 5 years. When in doubt. Deltarune, just a day away. Less than 12 hours away. We are less than 12 hours away from Deltarune. My god. Deltarune is now. Seriously. When in doubt, err on the side of secrecy so you don't get banned. Yeah, seriously. The Deltarune is with us, the community is back and stronger than ever. For real. Like, I was not super deep in the fandom for a while. Like, when Chapter 1 came out, I played it and was like, that's cool. It's interesting. I watched one theory about it and then stopped caring about it for a while. I can feel that smooth taste already. It has been trending on Tumblr so much that Tumblr staff? Tumblr has staff? Alright. Yeah, Reddit's probably going wild. But, yeah, so, this... Yeah, that is very true. Okay. Another thing. Yeah, so as I was saying, when Deltarune first came out, when Deltarune first came out, I played Chapter 1 and was like, that's cool, and then just ignored it. I was not nearly as deep in the fandom then. Like, that was it was like a year or two after my Undertale obsession had ended, so I was just like, yeah, that seems interesting. Anyway, moving on. But then, and then Chapter 2 came out, and actually I didn't have a super different reaction. Chapter 2 came out, I didn't get where all the hype was about regarding Spamton. I just thought he was, like, kind of mediocre. I didn't get what the hype was about with Spamton. Heat and VB fight animation as a final send-off to Friend Inside Me? I will look that up. I don't know what that is. But, yeah, probably. Not gonna get my channel shadow banned? But, yeah, suffice to say, I only really got super deep in the Deltarune fandom a couple of years ago, like, probably 2023, maybe 22, but honestly, even that doesn't feel right. Like, let me check. Device theory. Okay. First part of Molly Star's device theory came out in 23. Rip to all the fan-made secret bosses that are gonna get wiped from existence. I mean, they're not gonna get wiped from existence. The fan games will still be out there. They're just gonna be different. They're just gonna go from being... phone. They're not gonna get wiped from existence. They're just gonna go from being, like, super prevalent to being... Yeah, rip my final boss. That's true. But, yeah. They're just gonna... all the fan-made secret bosses are gonna go from being potential options to being just AUs. But, like... When has something being an AU ever stopped this community? This is the community that gave us Underfell and Underswap and and Swap Fell, not to be confused with Fell Swap, and then eventually Error Sans, whose gimmick is that he tries to end other AUs, and then Ink Sans, whose gimmick is that he supports other AUs. That is this fandom. Like, yes, there is a difference between the Undertale fans and the Deltarune fans. I will grant you that those are two different categories of people. But they are not that different. This fandom is Sans. Yeah. Hang on. Okay. Chat, I just remembered. I still need to, chat, I just remembered. I still need to draw the thumbnail for tomorrow's stream. Yeah, can't wait to see a new secret boss overshadow Spamton. I don't know if that'll happen, honestly. Spamton is something else. Fell into the Undertale Deltarune community in, like, late 2022, so I wasn't here for the mass AU... Hang on. Let's chat. People thought that about Jevil. Did Jevil have the same amount of hype as Spamton, though? Because, like, I feel like, again, I was not super deep in the fandom. I didn't fight Jevil when Chapter 1 came out. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure I even knew that he existed when Chapter 1 came out. So, he did have the same level of popularity? Okay, then, yeah, maybe Spamton will get overshadowed. I'll still love him, though. We must... Yeah, we must never forget the big shot. Unless something is cooler than the big shot. Fair enough. I still love my garbage man, though. I still love my greedy garbage man. Alright, chat, so... I'm gonna stay up for at least the next 40 minutes. I'm gonna stay on stream for at least the next 40 minutes so that I end stream when it's Deltarune today. To be fair, I had the same thing when I played Deltarune for the first time. I had no clue to... Yeah, I think, like, I think I may have... I probably saw him in the basement, but, like, I didn't do much with him. My favorite Deltarune character, the grown adult that likely should... Okay, when you phrase him like that, I feel like it's less fun. I did a Geno the first... What the hell, man? Come on, dude. What are you doing? Yeah, why? The Geno run is specifically designed to be played after you've played Neutral and Pacifist. It is specifically a commentary on losing attachment in your games and just trying to see everything that happens in them. That is not even in the meta-narrative, that's in the narrative. I thought it was the only... And when Flowey said that's a wonderful idea, and Toriel died in one hit and called you out for this, none of that registered to you that maybe there was a better way? Also, yeah, it was in the trailer. The friendly RPG where nobody has to die. Yeah, thinking it's the best way is wild. Also, I think you can watch the Pete and... I stopped at Sushi Woman. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, yeah, let's... I'll check that out. Pete and Phoebe fight animation. I actually had sushi today. It was fire. Wonderful. Okay. Gundam, hello. Welcome to the stream. You missed us playing Undertale Yellow, but that's fair. That's fine. Okay. Gundam, there's something very, very important that I need to tell you, because you are the only person thus far to have broken this rule. Tomorrow, I am going to be streaming Delta... Oh, feel free to tune into the stream. But yeah, Gundam, no spoilers tomorrow. Gundam, I'm gonna stream at 7 p.m., which at that point, a lot of people will have already played the game. No spoilers. First time you spoil something, 15-minute timeout. Second time you spoil something, I'm fully banning you. I don't care. I will not have my experience ruined by having someone spoiling it for me. Now, it is one thing to subtly say, oh, tomorrow's my mother's birthday, so I'm probably not going to watch. That's fair. Go celebrate your mother's birthday. As I was saying earlier on the stream, spend time with your parents and your grandparents. You're only going to have so much time with them. So, but yeah, tomorrow's your mother's birthday, then, yeah, that's a good reason not to show up. In that case, unless you do end up tuning in, you can ignore what I said about no spoilies. So, yeah. Well, but yeah, so in that case, Gundam, great to have you here for the last probably about half an hour. I don't know how long I'll end up streaming, but probably no more than like half an hour or so. I'll probably be about an hour and a half late to the stream. Okay. Also, I don't know what spoilers myself because I don't know if I'm gonna. Alright. Fair enough, fair enough. I just, like, I mean, it's totally fine for you to have, like, seen it without actually playing it, so... So... Also, Gundam, most important rule is no spoiler. Second most important rule is no eating the forbidden cotton candy. Alright, chat, so... I'd say Pete and VB is the best take on Friend Side Me ever to be. Yeah, no more cotton candy. Good. Oh, speaking of the Pete and VB, is that one hell of a ride? Is that what the video is called? Kris, if the Pete and VB video, is that called One Hell of a Ride? It is? Okay. That's kind of long, but sure. Yeah, I'll check that out. Give me a second, to get to that screen. Alright. Yeah, then let's react to this. Sorry. Something y'all didn't need to see. Over there, little partner. My humble abode is just up ahead. Use key. You put the janitor's key up to a random lock. My fur baby's with me? Nice, Gundam. Nice, nice. Why does it suddenly look like something out of a damn Game Boy? My home. It's been ages since I last saw my old abode. Yeah, it's very... colorful? Isn't it a beaut? Though thought I'd never see this place again. Is it the friend side me? Yes, it is. If it weren't for you, lil partner. I just can't believe it. Can't believe that you're so stupid. This is all animated? Hey, did you just shoot at us? You said no cotton candy, but he didn't say anything about Von Doom's hand. Don't eat Victor Von Doom's hands. Yes. What the hell? Wow. Isn't it obvious? I need you filthy lightners out of my way. You see, I originally had some other plans before I met you, Kris. And when I realized there were more of you, left me no choice but to bring you here. Plans? What plans? You said you were some great vigilante. Where you saved the ones in need? That speech about returning to the West to live freely again? Did y'all really believe in all that nonsense? Idiots! This whole studio is filled with actors. I used to be one, but they threw me out when they canceled my show. That's just how cowboy shows go, I guess. See, I'd 100% understand their decision and move on with my life. But this show meant everything to my creator. Toy Story 2 reference, indeed. I'm really sorry to hear that, Mr. Shut up! I was left to rot all by myself, but little did they know, I was never alone. And I can tell you, you weren't alone either, Kris. We all got a friend inside of us, and I'd like to meet yours. Just smile to the camera, Lightner, or should I say, Hardner. Let's reimagine what this studio couldn't. Yeah, this is cinema. Bullseye! This is so cool. But why us specifically, Mr. Pete? What do you need to get rid of us? That's Pete and VB to you, boy. Secondly, Lightners like you would foil my plans. Lock and loaded. This really is such a cool fight mechanic. You tried to reason with the upset cowboy. He seems not to care what you have to say. Okay, so you need to, like, relax, okay? You're gonna pop a vein. Shut up! I don't wanna hear it. You don't have to scream into my ear. Can't we just talk about it? We don't have... You just can't stop talking, can you? There's something on your face. It's my boot. Sans. I need police. Woody is east. Sans? Sans, what are you doing here, and what does that mean? Sans, what the fuck are you doing here? Pete Wait, Pete Suplex is a comically large cactus? Oh, that's good. Oh, that's so good. That's such a good reference. Everyone sits in a circle. Please, Pete. Things don't have to end like this. I just know deep in your heart that you still... And that's you ignoring me. Let's put some holes in ya. Sans likes to mock me after befriending my mother. Yeah, that's fair. I'm confused why the grazing isn't working, though. That's my one thing. I don't know about you things, but I'm starting to reach... Things are... there has to be some way to reach him before a bullet... Wait, that's it! Susie's S action changed into empty cylinder. Wait, what the hell are you doing? You got a lot of nerve to do that, so stop it. Oh, I see. By emptying his cylinder, then he'll eventually be out of ammunition. There's just one little issue. Huh? I only managed to do it when he had his guard down, so I need Kris to distract him. Just so me and Ralsei can empty his cylinder without a problem. Susie forced Ralsei... Wait, huh? Me? I'm pretty good at just... Shut up. I'm getting real tired of you two talking. Damn! Give us a minute! Listen, Ralsei, trust me and follow my lead. You and I can do this, dude. Alright, Susie, let's empty that cylinder. Ralsei's R action changed into empty cylinder. The cactus suplexes him back. Distraction dance. Pete couldn't help but notice it. What the hell are you doing? Stop that. This is genuinely genuinely peak. This is so well done, honestly. For a fan animation? Oh, wow. Okay, so, as a lifelong Toy Story nerd, that's a really interesting idea for the action. Hear me out. Woody, who this character is clearly based on, is canonically uh, Woody is canonically a cowboy without a gun. He has a holster, but he does not have a gun. There's a snake in your boot. Oof, get it out. Yeah. Yeah. He Woody has a holster, but not a gun, and this is a big part of his character. And now, and now this is Woody with a gun, but now they are turning him into Woody with a gun, but a gun. It went from being Woody with a holster but no gun to Woody being a gun but no bullets. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Ha! I'm way too brain rotted in specifically WWE. I thought he was gonna say yeet. Again with this! This is the power with Woody with gun. 'Twas the friend inside him. Of course you know this means war. Onwards, my steed. Let's reach new horizons. Bullseye! Bullseye, what did they do to you? Bullseye, my god, what did they do to you? And I love that a full version of Friend Inside Me is the background music. That's so cool. Are you trying to tell me something? Bullseye got the Pinocchio treatment, yeah. But also, like, in addition to having strings on him, it's called Friend Inside Me Last Rodeo Mix. Cool! In addition to, but in addition to him being a puppet, they also just ruined him. Favorite Toy Story movie? 3. Easily. Like, it's been a while since I watched any of them, but 3. Easily. This is getting old real fast. There are no, Pinocchio's line is, I got no strings on me. There are no strings on me. There are no strings on me is... What? There are no strings on me is Ultron. Toy Story 1's your favorite? That's fair, that's fair. Okay, this is a really cool gimmick for an attack. A duel at high noon. The Bullets are having a nice game of blackjack, the green one's losing. Yeah, the Soul having a cowboy hat is wild. I forgot to add Ultron. Fair enough, fair enough. Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Unintelligible grumbling. Been so long since you watched the Toy Story movies. Yeah, fair. Soul Cowboy and Flowey Cowboy, and yeah, Soul Cowboy and Flowey Cowboy in the same week. And front-facing Pete is indeed such a good reaction. This is genuinely so well made. Pete wasn't actually grumbling, he just said grumble out loud. Press Z at the correct timing. I like Toy Story 4 purely because of two reasons. Forky and Gabby Gabby. That's fair. Genuinely, I do actually think Toy Story 4 is a lot better than many people give it credit for. It's genuinely a pretty damn solid pick. It's genuinely a pretty solid picture. It's a pretty solid movie about Woody grappling with what he actually wants to do. Gundam, don't eat the bullets. Toy Story 4 is genuinely a pretty solid movie, and genuinely, the art in it is fucking beautiful. Like, let's just... Toy Story 4. Chat, let's just look up some screenshots. Like, this still, my god, it's everything at the Ferris, everything at the carnival is just, it looks, this movie just looks so damn nice. Yeah. They're doing Toy Story 5. Yeah. Like, my biggest issue with Toy Story 4 is just that it's kind of a cash grab, you know? And Toy Story 5 is the same way. And Toy Story 3 was an excellent end to an excellent trilogy. And then Toy Story 4 was a very good epilogue to that trilogy. And now what the hell is the point of Toy Story 5? Friend Cactus. Oh god, that's good. This is so cool, but Kris, I don't think that the Toy Story 5 is about the iPads and phones. You don't have Wreck-It Ralph for that. You've already done that with Wreck-It Ralph. Come on. But yeah, Kris, this is so good, and this fight looks like an awesome fan game, but I disagree with you that the game will ever get this difficult. I just don't think that Toby Fox is all that interested in this is not giving you determination. Fair enough. Yeah, I just don't think Toby Fox is trying to make his games that difficult. Except maybe on Geno Roots. I can go on for so long, but this ends now. What? Yeah. I'm turning up the volume on this. Oh. Oh, damn, and Freedom theme mixed in at the end. That's good. Enough. That attack was nothing. I have one more in me. Say your prayers, Lightners, for destiny awaits. Are we dead yet? What in the Joker? Got anything else up your sleeve? Banana, you're going to bed now? That's fair. Good night. Deltarune today for you. Deltarune tomorrow for me. Yeah, this is genuinely so fire. I don't. I'm fresh out of ideas. Yeah, bye, Banana. Have a good night. What am I even doing anymore? I don't even know if what I'm doing is right. I just wanted to avenge my creator. But after all this, I wonder... Is this really what he would have wanted? Oh, Mr. Pete. It's not too late to make things right. Save your breath, little fluffball. Father said the same thing, and look where it led me. I think we should give him some space. Wait, if it isn't too much to ask. Just one little favor. I won't bother y'all anymore. If y'all happen to stumble upon my creator, then please, bring me to him. I'd like to see him again, so I can personally tell him I'm sorry. Yeah, wonder who the creator is. I wonder. You got Cartoon Voice Box and Shadow Crystal. I'll make sure to fulfill that favor, Pete. You'll always be my hero. Did you say something, Susie? Mind your own damn business. Ride high, Vigilante. Ride high. That was honestly so fire. Oh god, I used to have some Toy Story dolls, but I don't think I do anymore. It's a shame. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Thank you for watching. This marks the end of Pete N.
That was genuinely so good. No, seriously, that was so good. And does this mean they have Toy Story? I mean, that wasn't canon, so. Oh yeah, you can buy a painting of Pete and Phoebe. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that was so fire. Alright, so, chat. I was thinking about, like, doing some drawing on at the last part of the stream. At this point, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna end stream once it gets to Deltarune today. Yeah, 10 minutes. 10 minutes until Deltarune today. So, Yeah, I'm gonna end stream in about probably 15-20 minutes or so. Yeah, but yes, Kris, you were right, absolute peak. So I'm not gonna draw, but I do still need to figure out what the thumbnail for for the Deltarune Chapter 3 stream is gonna be. So, chat, what do you have in mind? What ideas do you have for my Deltarune Chapter 3 stream? I could... Have you seen Deltarune The Upper Hand? It's not specifically for chapters. That's cool. I'll put it on the list. Yeah, it got late fast. I started streaming around 9:30, actually a little before that. It's already almost midnight. God damn. But, yeah, so chat. Hit me with it. Any ideas you have for what I should draw for my Deltarune stream? I could make Tenna. I could. And do something about, like, the fun game facing Tenna. I think I told you about Upper Hand. If you did, my apologies. I forgot. DR the upper. Yeah, it got late damn fast. But yeah, so I could do Tenna. Or at least that theoretical design we have of Tenna from the trailer. What else? What else? What else we got? What else we got? Chat, what other ideas do we have? You told me about Upper Hand during the neutral route. A redraw of a scene from the trailer. I mean, like, that's kind of what my first Deltarune hype stream was. The I'm with you in the dark, when I was playing through a neutral run of Undertale. That I'm with you in the dark stream. Your art is very good. I wish I could draw well. My drawings are like my penmanship. They're horrible. Only one way to get better. Oh god, you want to see some really embarrassing old art of mine? Let me pull up my old YouTube channel and I'll show it. You could make the... I could. You could make Kris knocking the socks off the Shadow Man. Yeah, I suppose I could. Alright, so I'm not even gonna bother with my face cam for this one, but I'm gonna go back to... Yeah, I can't believe the Shadow Men are still in the game. Yeah, so, yeah, Artemis, you wish you could draw, you wish you could draw as well as me? Take a look at this. Take a look at some of the old art that I did on my previous YouTube channel. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this face. Yeah. Look at this. Okay, back to just chatting now because we don't need to spend any more time looking at this than we need to. But seriously, look at some of my old art. It's fine. You're going to get better with time. It just takes time. Biggest thing I ever learned about That drawing you displayed on that writing you displayed on that one art is better than my actual writing. I mean, frankly, it's probably a little better than my actual penmanship, to be honest. I was specifically trying to make it look good. To be frank, when I started out drawing my character, I wasn't much better. My characters were literally square heads. Yeah, so like, my art now is a process of years and years worth of time learning how to draw. Two biggest techniques that I ever learned to improve my art were lighting and my two biggest techniques that I learned to improve my art were working on lighting and working on line smoothing. Something I know about pixel art is that you always overestimate. Your canvas size is usually too big. Huh. Perhaps. Then I got good enough to the point that I made the art my profile pic after about 2 years of self-taught stuff. Wow, that's really good. Okay, also, chat, you wanna know probably the best drawing tutorial I ever found? Sonic Adventure Art Style Tutorial.
Hey everyone, Shawmix here.
Okay. I just dropped a link in chat. That link that I just put in chat, that is the tutorial that taught me my current art style. So if you want your drawings to look like mine, I mean, first of all, practice, but also that video was the best art tutorial I've ever had. I have taken several years of art classes. Plus, I live with someone who has been drawing comics characters all his life. That tutorial taught me more than any of my classes ever have. And, like, I took that style, made a few drawings directly in that style, and then started adapting it for my thumbnails. So, my thumbnails are basically that with a little bit more. Now, you definitely, another thing, references. It is not cheating to have reference images. Everyone uses reference images. You want your drawings to look good? Use reference images. Yes, art is professional mimicking. Good artists copy, great artists steal. Artemis, you have one drawing of Telemachus fighting the suitors that I thought was decent, but it's genuinely terrible. That's just the way it goes. In order to make good art, you have to be comfortable with making bad art. One minute. Artemis, Kris, both of you are in my time zone. 1 minute until Deltarune today. To be fair, I've never had an art class or had anyone teach me anything. Yeah, I wonder if we will get the mildly entertaining shootout action. It's also really fitting that we played Undertale Yellow and hype for this, considering just how cowboy-inspired that was. And I mean, that's just how cowboy shows go, I guess. I have to use reference images for all my OC's drawings, to the point where if I don't have my tablet, I can't draw them without a physical reference. Yeah, it's midnight. Deltarune today! Deltarune today! Deltarune today! Deltarune today. Deltarune today. Deltarune today. Not for you, Scott, because you're an hour behind. Oof. I'm not staying up. I'm not staying up another hour for you. I'm not staying on stream another hour. I talk exactly like my narrations. I mean, I kind of do too, like... I cannot believe it. Deltarune is coming out today. My god. Deltarune is actually today. Deltarune is actually today. It's been 3,000 years. I understood that reference. Scott? I understood that reference. I'm checking Blue Sky. Let's see if anything got posted because of Deltarune today. I'm gonna finish up Deltarune for the sake of completion. Have fun with that. Okay. Hang on. New Deltarune newsletter? Deltarune... New Deltarune newsletter. New Deltarune newsletter. We are looking at this, chat. We are looking at this. I saw it right as I opened Blue Sky. Same. It was the very first thing was Toby's post about the new newsletter. Okay, so, look at this. Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4 release newsletter. Art by Temmie. My god, look at this stunning artwork. Honestly, I might make a redraw of this be my thumbnail. Not gonna lie. Deltarune Chapters 1 through 4 are almost out on PC, Mac, Switch, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. Yeah, they really do rock the heels, hot damn. Yeah, seriously, this art is so good. Temmie Chang is so fucking talented. Okay, yeah. It's also gonna come out on Nintendo Switch 2 at midnight for your respective region. Okay, spoilers. Chapter 3 and 4, all yummies. This is a cute drawing. No idea what it means, but this is a cute drawing. 2 pieces of advice regarding spoilers. 1. If you're worried about seeing spoilers, try to refrain from using social media or video websites until you have sufficiently... Yeah, I am going genuinely as soon as at 11 a.m. today. You're going to bed now? That's fair, Artemis. That's fair. I'm gonna continue reacting to the newsletter. As soon as I'm gonna have to fully log off of YouTube and Blue Sky and Tumblr as soon as the game drops. I'm gonna look at Twitter and Blue Sky for the takeover. I don't care about spoilers, I won't remember them anyways. I envy you, Kris. I envy you. If you use social media and you think you have followers that don't want to be spoiled, think about how you post. And if you're in a chat of someone who's streaming the game, don't spoil things for you. Don't spoil things for them. Nothing I can say will stop people from trying to be the first to show everything off, so please just do your best to protect yourself. Just be ready. Even before the game comes out in your region, the New Zealanders who get the game 3 hours earlier are probably probably going to come directly to your house and start taping thumbnails of Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 All Bosses compilation to the outside of your windows. I'm watching a playthrough when it releases, so I don't care either. That's fair. That being said, please don't rush through the game. Just relax and enjoy it at your own pace. At the very least, I personally recommend taking a break between chapters. That's interesting. Yeah, the New Zealanders comment, yeah, that's probably accurate. But yeah, a break between chapters. I assume that that's just a thing about, I assume that that's nothing major, that's just something about, fuck, words, I assume that's just some, yeah, Chapter 3 may be almost as long as Undertale? My god, no, that doesn't feel right, because Toby has said in the past that Chapter 2 is the longest chapter of the game, and that was not nearly as long as Undertale. Break between chapters, that might be a story. I'm assuming that that's just him saying, hey, I wrote this, and you probably don't want to rush through it. Soundtrack will be available on Bandcamp and Steam. It will be available on other platforms, but not immediately after release. Sure, you'll be able to find it after a couple days. Even if you use other platforms, I recommend buying the soundtrack on Steam. We'll be updating the soundtrack every time a new chapter comes out, so it'll be a really good deal. Maybe it only gets longer from there now? Possibly. Yeah. If you care about spoilers, don't read the track names until after you finish the game. Understandably. Bugs? I'm sure it's unlikely that any of the tens of thousands of people playing my game for over hundreds of thousands of cumulative hours will find any bugs. That being said, if the game crashes or the game reaches a point where it's not possible for you to progress, please email Deltarune or Fangamer to report any issues. Keep an eye on the FAQ page in the coming weeks, so we'll be posting any known issues. Patches. Last week, we made some minor last-minute changes to fix up the game one last time before release. Because patches for Nintendo platforms require a different timescale, Switch and Switch 2 will not initially have those changes. Therefore, there may be some extremely minor differences. EX instructions for an act in Chapter 4 will not appear. Certain optional event may activate with even under Huh, that's interesting. I'll try to address any issues that arise. That's interesting. We'll try to address any issues that arise after release as fast as we can. Switch and Switch 2 will take a bit longer to update than other platforms, so please understand. Facts. We updated the facts section the other day. Yeah, I saw all that. I can look over it again. Maybe, probably won't. But thank you. Over the past few years, countless times I've written out my thoughts on them. How I think they'll be received. On how they feel compared to chapters 1 and 2. On what to expect. But, no, it's fine. It is what it is. You'll figure it out. So, if you're reading this, just let me say, thank you for all your support. Without people like you, I would have never been able to make this game a reality. Of course, at this point, I'll make this game regardless of whether anyone else cares or not. But, more fun to share it with you. So thanks. I hope you have a good time. Yeah. And I'm not even going to bother going back to just chatting. It's likely that each chapter is going to get a little goofier. I doubt that, honestly. I really doubt that. Because Chapter 2 was goofier than Chapter 1, but a thing happening once is not a pattern. And Chapter 2 was literally based on the internet. Chapter 4, Chapter 4 is gonna be a church. And this is a game with lesbians. Sorry, I had to. I hope Toriel makes an appearance. Oh, the Dark World that was literally created inside inside Toriel's house while she was there? Yeah, I'm sure Toriel will most certainly never make an appearance. Yeah. I'm quite sure Chapter 4 will be more serious, and Chapter 3 will likely be more comedic than not. Maybe, I don't know. And then Chapter 4, I feel, will probably be very serious, and then it'll just keep going on from there. Because if you think about this in a 3-act script, we are going back to just chatting. A dark world based on television is bound to be silly? Not necessarily. Also, it's been heavily speculated that Chapter 3 will be like just as much Dark World as Light World. Just as much Light World as Dark World or something, so who knows? But yeah, so I can see the argument why Chapter 3 could be silly. I definitely think that, look at this from a 3-act structure. You start in the ordinary world. That's Chapter 1. Then you start getting into more interesting stuff going on. You get into Act 2. Act 2 is probably going to be these 3 chapters that were released at the same time, because chapters 1 and 2 were introducing how Dark Worlds work. Then chapters 3, 4, and 5 are all fun and games. Act 2. And then chapters possibly 6 and definitely 7 are the climax. Act 3. Yeah, there's a good amount of concept to be made in there's a lot of stuff to be made in television in general. Exactly. At least I'll have more content for my dual narrative AU, because while Kris's route is more canon compliant with minor deviations, all the Dark Worlds for Kara and Clover Squad are entirely original. Have fun! Alright. Chat. Okay, Kris, Scott, you two are the only ones who are still here, I think. How long are y'all good to keep watching the stream if I continue? Because I was planning to end stream now, but I'm not especially tired. I'm gonna be staying up to draw that thumbnail either way. I might well stream it. I can stay here until midnight your time, so about another hour. Kris, what about you? I'm good for about 20 minutes. Okay, that's frankly not enough for a drawing stream to be worth it in my opinion. So, and frankly, literally as I started to say I'm not that tired, I started to get more tired. So, you know what? I think I'm gonna end stream here. So, chat, thank you so much for watching. This has been so much fun. At this point, I probably wouldn't be streaming as much, but I would be making videos about this game no matter what. Whether anyone else cares or not. But it's more fun to share it with you. So thanks. I hope you've had a good time. Because I know I have. Deltarune today. I will be streaming at 7 p.m. tonight. And the world takes its final rest before the narrative continues. Indeed, Kris. Indeed. This has been a blast. I hope you've had a good time, because I know I have. Stay ultra, and peace out. Good night.